This is not the typical show, but you know what? No show's typical. It's just real people talking about how they feel about things. And we really appreciate you being here, joining us. Check us out, and we will see you next week on the Third Side Convo. Okay.
Christian country, what are you talking about?
I love it. I thought that's what it was called, Jeff. Wasn't that the term that she had been used in the past anyway, right?
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
I have more to say about that.
Okay. Well, you can in a second. Let's see if we got anybody that wants to pipe in from the peanut gallery.
We got Don Thomas.
There ain't too many people here.
That's okay. Well, I had to come.
Tiberius wants to talk.
Tiberius wants to talk, but we're under the Ted rule. Ted set the rule from last week when Ted jumped in the show and immediately Bill interrupted him. So anybody that's been waiting around for 30 minutes to say something, especially knowing Ted, so it'll be the new Ted Bill rule. We'll give anybody coming in from the peanut gallery 30 seconds before we interrupt their ass, okay? Just to let you know. Bill, it's not your fault. Other people had done that too. It's just we never had Ted bridled for so long, right? When we let him loose, man, that was fun. All right,
live up to reputation.
we're gonna get Don in to see his thoughts on Epstein.
Okay, so.
No, we got Tiberius.
All right, go to Tiberius. Go to Tiberius first.
And you know the great big minor of this sort of
Mic's off.
Group. I'm guessing my mic was off for some reason. Okay, so as the minor of this group, I want to say that I believe the Epstein files are important, and I believe that they should be known who was there and what they did, and depending on what they did exactly and how badly they knew him, or how bad of stuff they did, depends on their punishment. Now, obviously, if you were on the plane and did tons of bad stuff, obviously they got to get arrested, do all other jail time, whatever. But I mean, it matters to know, because if important people were in that list, let's say the current administration, as the someone who was working with the current administration, I won't say names, as said that the current administration was in the Epstein files, per se on a Twitter post. But as that, it could be very important for the people who are young and who are just turning 18 who want to vote for the next election. Does that make sense? That's basically my point of view. It's very important, and I think it should be released.
Okay. Holding it back, I take it, just creates too many questions.
Yep.
Okay. Donnie.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can everybody else hear Donnie?
A couple quick points. One is I'm standing by this 100%. Anybody who out there is denying or trying to hide Epstein's coming out or behind it or supporting any kind of way, if you're in government, you need to resign automatically. This is a issue that has been proven that something went on with children and taking care of kids and undermining like that. It's disgusting. And if you're going to be any part of running this country, you should look at yourself. So that's my stand on the government side. But also on the part of what Epstein's side, that I was just watching this thing on YouTube about how big it is. This is why they probably can't get so many people to agree. They had this thing on YouTube. They had a guy they were tracking all the trips through Epstein Island, over 11,000 trips per month or something like that. 80 different cities were involved with going to Epstein Islands. Massachusetts, Texas, Florida, New York.
Wow.
Were number one. And they had cell phones, about 200 cell phones were tracked going to this island back and forth on a regular basis. So they don't know exactly who they were, but they were being tracked. So it's on YouTube. I'm going to send you guys the link, what they had, the tracking on it. So, but the problem with the Epstein thing is so big. This is why they won't release it, because there's so many people in government that is involved with this, and that's the problem. Yeah.
Well, I think it has to do a lot with governments, plural, as Ted was implying.
Too, yeah, governments.
A lot of other countries, famous actors and so forth, countries. People of power. I definitely think
Yeah.
it should be opened up, and I think that not just what they did, like Tiberius thought about, is what were they doing and how bad it was, but how was it leveraged? Who was it leveraged against? What gain did they get? If he was able to hold things over and get things done,
right.
whether or not politically or manipulatively, and getting people to do things that he wanted or for his friends, that is important. Whether or not it came from the left or the right. I don't care which side is doing something wrong. If it's dealing with hurting children, all that. And I'm just shocked that more kids aren't coming out saying, hey, it happened to me. I was there. And that to me is scary, that it's such a blackout that even the people being abused aren't coming forward. Or maybe they're just not alive to do so.
They have them. They're not talking because they're either scared. They have them on the records. Some of the victims, I got a lot of victims that they're going to be redacted, of course, but there's a lot of victims out there just not speaking because, suspicious things are happening. People are dying. People are getting scared.
Now, I do understand, and I know this will probably not be a popular thought, but I do understand the reason for not sharing the documents of an investigator. Because investigators can put their personal opinions in, and they can put things that would sway a jury even if it's not true. And so, they could say what they thought their opinion on his body language when they were talking to him and this, that, and the other. And so now it's more about opinions and so forth. So that stuff shouldn't be used or made public because it would ruin a jury pool. And the goal is to convict the people who are doing bad things. And if you poison the well, you'll never get a frail trial, and it'll be used to get mistrials all day long. So it should only be the evidence that's been found and put it out there. But personal notes and stuff like that has always been admissible. I've seen many cases where media and investigative reporters, as well as investigators that work behind the scenes, their documentation can't be used.
Now, is there anybody have thoughts on whether or not he did commit suicide or not? I mean, that's been a funny thing. The one thing I did hear was that he committed suicide, and one of the reasons he was able to do it so easily is they had dropped off extra linens in his cell. I don't know. Did you hear that, Ted? I don't know.
Yeah, he had extra towels. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also was a clean freak, and he had that little bowl, and he probably wanted somebody. People thought nothing of it.
Is that
because
right?
He wanted to wash himself.
Well, and then I heard all the videos were out. The guards were, whatever.
Those videos go out all the time.
Yeah.
And they're unfulfilled. I mean, you're talking about an old jailhouse that probably has a video system from the 1960s. So I don't know.
But that would be another part of the story that would be fun to find out. Exactly. Is this a situation like The Godfather where he went to Paganoni and said, he told him it's time for you to kill yourself. You kind of wonder if that's what happened with him.
Frankie Five.
Exactly.
There was a note with the laundry saying, you do it or we do it.
Well, what? As funny as that may sound, there are situations where someone has sent a note and saying, you're going to do this or we're going to kill your family and everyone you know. Yeah, and they'll do it to save their family. So as much as you put humor into it, those things are possible because people of power don't want their laundry put out there. And he was caught. He was there. He wasn't going to last long because they know full well if he got an immunity pack or something like that and he started spelling out names, it would ruin a lot of lives.
Oh, yeah.
I got to ask people
who read modern, too. So,
people who read modern spy novels, if they know anything about the Mossad, what would a Mossad agent do if he was in the same situation? Do you think
invest in property?
Seduce the girl.
They would what?
Right.
Seduce the girl.
The Mossad agent would seduce the girl? No. I think the Mossad agent was, if he's in jail and going to be forced to reveal a lot of secrets, probably would kill himself. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
And make it look like a suicide.
Exactly. Because that way none of the secrets get out.
Yeah, you do wonder who made the decision on that one.
He probably did, actually. The simplest answer tends to be the most common. But the thing is, what makes it why we're talking about this and why it's such lingering effect is because there's so much unknown and there's so much possibilities to these crazy answers, these crazy angles. Yeah. One of them which includes Ivanka was on that island a couple times, and maybe Trump doesn't want that coming through. How about that?
Right, yeah, they showed her at age like 14 standing next to Epstein or something like that. Well, I've even heard some other real powerful people who I don't want to name them because if I name them on the show, I'll show up with, extra linens in my room also, type thing. So, but there's some real powerful people that apparently went on that plane.
Mr. Van Batchelder.
Yeah, or on their own planes too. There's a lot of traffic going. A lot of owned according to that data that they're.
No. Let's do this now. I got you. Hang on for a second.
No, it's a weird thing. Jeff, what do you think? How much should they be looking at just continuing to look into everything and literally come out with everything they can, even though the.
Well, they've got. I mean, the grand jury did Nate, and they indicted.
It's the cost of hay these days.
Hey,
so
Ted,
I mean,
Ted, you need to move.
I know it.
Well, I remember telling you a couple years ago. It was like 30.
That's okay. That's all right. It's only the after show.
I muted him. It was hard to mute him because he's not listed as Ted. He's listed as Barack Obama's lawyer.
He's done such a horrible job of training Jeff. I swear, Jeff.
I know. He keeps bringing it up, and I'm trying not to.
And I'm going, who the hell is he?
I'm trying not to do that over and over again. I'm trying not to do this every 5 seconds.
I know.
But he's making it hard on me.
He. It's funny.
Right. Well, first of all, I don't think it had anything to do with the Mossad.
Right.
I'll throw that out there.
I'd agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of powerful people out there.
Telephone call here.
A lot of number.
A lot of people.
You got a lot. This is the problem with that. That it's on both sides, and a lot of people are chiming in.
Yeah.
Even if they did something, it may be embarrassing. It may not be illegal, but it might be embarrassing. You might have had a rubber ball in your mouth.
What I love about this scandal is it's not one side or the other. It's just powerful people. But that's what happens with powerful people.
I see Ray is still on. I'm wondering if he has an opinion.
Jump in here, Ray.
Ray, do you have an opinion on this?
Y'all hear me?
He's chopping.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, Ted's whole phone call is still transmitted across the.
I know, I can hear
thing
it.
here.
I muted him, but I can't force him out.
There's a lot of rich and powerful.
Okay, well let's hear from Ray. Sorry, go again, Ray.
He's not muted.
We know.
There are a lot of rich and powerful people on the list that are funding both parties, and I think that's why both sides are kind of covering it up. And then again, they're saying there's no evidence. Well, the last 4 years, they probably no telling how much evidence was destroyed by the last administration because they had a lot of their people on the list.
Well, just say prior administrations. That would work. That would work real well, Ray. Who knows? Because you're right. It's both sides on this one.
Yeah, I said the last administration because the current administration has been thrown in a lot, so we might as well throw in some.
I know. This is one of those weird shows, Ray. We did our best today. And I want to comment. I want to compliment Jeff. Jeff did a wonderful job today, and not adding on.
I thought he was going to join Mossad.
I'm out of stars.
And as far as people
already served.
Well, as far as victims not coming forward, well, look at the last victim to come forward. She committed suicide, and then a lot of them got paid. Nobody brought up the fact that one of the big, I think Citibank or one of the big banks, paid $260 million lawsuit settlement from that last, for the Epstein stuff to the victims.
Got it. So in other words, you're saying it could have been they had non-disclosures or whatever. Who knows?
Exactly.
Right, because those powerful people said, we'll give them $260 million, but they just got to accept the money and not say anything.
Yep, and they got to sign
happens a lot, I'm told.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this was a weird show. I'm going to go on and wrap it early. Does anybody have any final thoughts? Bill, you thank you for coming in from Poland again. I'll tell you, you are a mensch. Just absolutely appreciate you being here. Kind of a weird show, though. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was a little weird, and I think it was probably a week or so behind times now. There's a lot of other stuff going on. I think we could have talked about. I thought we were going to talk about Russia. tonight, but a lot of I think there's some things that are more current, but understand the danger that this particular list and the failure to disclose is posing to the administration and to its ability to get good things done.
I agree.
I can tell you guys, the star system did operate this time, and the most influential people today were as a tie between Johnny Dunn and Jeff. Those two both had 8 stars given to them, and they both had the most influence. And Ted had 4, and Bill, you only had 2. But you also only had like a minute and a half to talk. They didn't give you a lot of time to talk.
I know that.
It really, and today, that was kind of self-induced too, just because it was.
Well, you were more like Scott Jennings tonight, by the way. You were much more. You did a great job. Jeff, I've been telling him we needed a Scott Jennings on the right. And so Bill is he is going out of his way to be as concise as possible, and it's showing in his time.
and I will ask the other,
but it's appreciated.
I will ask the other panelists to read the email that I sent and go to the website, make an account on the upper hand corner that says sign in or sign up. Make an account and play with it. As soon as you tell me you got an account, I'll give you 10 stars to play with so that you can see how it works. Because so far it popped up, it gave messages. It wasn't as fast as what I wanted. I think the stars need to be a little bit faster and let the message stay longer. But so far I thought it did pretty good. Did anyone else notice it or?
Yeah, what did y'all think of seeing the stars come up? Did you notice them?
Hey, what about?
In other words, were they kind of distracting, or could you actually see them come up and give yourself a star?
Well, Joe Bob, when you were putting stuff up in the middle box, it was blurry, so I couldn't read what it said.
Yeah. Okay. I can't either. He spent a lot of time working on this. It's basically what Twitch does, right? Is it Twitch?
Yeah.
Twitch,
Facebook, YouTube. They all have these super chats, but none of them put them in the show. And that's what we're doing different. We're putting it in the show.
So it is totally a trial right now to see if it makes sense, because obviously then that would give something for the peanut gallery to do while they're watching the show, or even other panelists making comments. But Joe has worked his guts out on this. So please, if you get a chance, go on in and get the stars, and then he'll work on the display and everything else, because I couldn't read it at all. I couldn't see anything. But then I'm just trying to kind of watch y'all. And
I just don't want to take over the whole show and fill the whole screen. That would be improper.
Hey, Joe, can you give a message without giving the stars, though?
What's that, Don?
No. We've thought about doing that, Don, and that's why this is about influence. So if you want to say, Bill Russell, your thoughts suck, he still gets the star for you doing it. You give him 1 star and give 10 to the other guy, but he still gets a star because it's a matter of influence, not so whether or not it's
not a matter of winning or losing here,
And we are cutting any words like the F word or the P word or any of those other words.
Everybody got something from me, so I gave everybody something.
Thank you, Don.
Nobody went empty-handed.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, was it easy to use, Don? Was it easy to use?
Yeah, it was very easy.
And then what we'll be able to do is we'll see how it comes out in the actual video when the video drops, because the one that's dropping next will be the one from the last week, right?
Right, I believe.
Okay, so the next one to drop will be last week's show where we just started using them, so we'll see how it looks in the actual final video.
Yeah, that one everyone was anonymous, so you don't get to see who it came from. This one, it shows you who it came from.
Oh, good.
So we're playing with different styles.
So we're having fun. Well, and eventually, obviously, what it'll do is people will buy them and whatever. But we're getting there, guys. Look, you're kind of the core and helping us get there. All right, it's going to take some time, but thank you for appearing on the show and for staying up late for some of y'all and just being there and talking to people. This was the agreement of the lifetime here. This is the first show. We all agreed pretty much on the same thing. Let's get these damn files out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week on Third Side Convo.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, thanks.